Hey guys, today let us see how to do comparative analysis in ClickSense. So I have this category and a line chart where I see the trend of sales by month year for all these categories. So let's say I select a particular category, I can see the trend for that category. Okay. Now, what if I want to compare this uh, bath clothes trend with, let's say, sports wear, right? So I couldn't do that here. There's more the selections I apply, it's going to append, right? So I cannot compare the bath clothes with sportswear as a separate visual, right? So one option is I can create a copy of this chart. In my measure, I can use set analysis. So I can say sum of sales where the category is equal to sportswear. I can do that with the help of set, but that's going to be a static, right? So I cannot go back and edit the expression every time. It's not going to be UI friendly, right? It's not dynamic. So that is where alternate states helps us out. Okay, so alternate states gives us that option to override this association. So it can isolate uh, this filter selection with another copy of category. Okay, let's say if I take a copy of this category, so now I have two filters. So alternate states helps me to isolate this filter and that filter. So now whatever I have selected is reflecting over here as well, but with the help of alternate states I can override this. So these two filters can act as an independent one, and similarly I can create a visual and make it independent as well. So in that way we can do a comparative analysis side by side. Okay, I can analyze a particular category over here and a different category over here. So side by side we can do analysis. Okay, so now let's see how alternate states helps that. So first we have to create a state. Okay, so we need two states, right? uh, so let's create two. Let me call it as group 1 or state 1, whatever, group 2. Okay, so now I have two groups. So now we have to assign these filter into the respective groups. Okay, so I can do this either by drag and drop of this state into that filter, so it says apply state. Okay, I can drag and drop into this visual apply state. So if I go to alternate states, I could see group 1. Okay, here in the visual as well. Either I can drag and drop, or I can go to the uh, properties and I can select the group. Okay, so it should be group 2. Okay, so either we can go to properties alternate states and add group 2, or I can directly drag and drop it to the respective visual. Okay, so now we have set groups for these two visuals. So this filter and this chart is in group 1, and this filter and this chart is in group 2. Okay, so now to differentiate it, we can give some meaningful names as well. So we have a function called state name, which will return the current state. Okay, so this says group 1. So what I will do is I will add the field name, I will append the field name along with the state name for better understanding. Okay, so I'll just say category name, um, hyphen, adding some space over here, ampersand the state name. So this is going to say category name group 1, right? So now it makes sense, easy to identify. And here also I will call this as category name. Okay, so this is category name group 2. So now let's say I'm selecting bath clothes in the group 1, I'm selecting sportswear in the group 2. So now I am able to compare two different categories in two different charts parallelly, right? Simultaneously, I can compare. So this is how alternate states helps us out. Okay, so we can also add some meaningful title to the chart. Now I don't know what category this chart is showing, right? Even though I have selected it over there. So let me add some title here. So what I need is get current selection of this field, category field. But now the problem is I have two categories now. So which category it should capture? Okay. So then we can pass the group name or the alternate state name within curly braces. So now it knows it has to get the selections of category name filter which is in group 1 alternate state. Okay. So it returns the field name along with the selection. Similarly, I can do it over here also. Okay. So now we could see clearly which category are we looking into this, right? So now let me select some other category, say men's clothes. Okay. So in category 1, women's footwear, something, right? So now we could see the filter name, which group, which state it belongs to, and even the title in the chart, which filter are we, which category are we looking into it. Okay. So we can, as we saw here, right, in the current selection box, we can pass the group name into the expression. So similarly, here in this chart we passed the alternate state over here, right? Instead, I can change it to default one, and we can do it in this measure itself. Okay. So we have this measure, right? Sum of sales. So I can do it over here also. I will simply pass my state name. So this sales is going to consider my group one. Whatever selections I do, right? It is going to take that and for that state. But the drawback is now this object is not in that state. Only the measure is in that state. So I don't see the title. I don't see the state name, or even when I make a selection, right? It's not going to be applied. Okay. So that's the disadvantage of this method. Whereas if I go with the previous approach, okay, let me make it as group 1. So now here, see, I could see the state names. Even I can make selection. Okay, and this entire chart belongs to group 1. So now my month year is also tagged to this state. Okay, so that's the advantage of setting alternate state on the entire visual. Okay, so similar approach can be followed to any measure, any visual, right? Let's say I create a KPI. So I want to see the overall sales. Okay, so like we did last time, right? So the same expression, sum of sales. I just have to pass the group name. That's it. So this is going to consider all my group 1 selections. Okay, I'll simply say group 1 sales. Similarly, I can do one for group 2. Group 2. Okay. So in this way, we can pass the state name into the expression or the measure, or I can directly pass states to the entire visual. Anything is fine. But the point is, we have the flexibility to pass our state names into the expression, which will help us when you write complex expression, right? So you can directly pass that as a value into the expression within curly braces. Okay. I hope we got some basic understanding of alternate states and how to use it, how to perform comparative analysis using that. Please do let me know in the comment section for any clarification. Thanks for watching.